GameGrumps. And I'm the GameGrumps.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that fucking 20-minute episode, because I'm rolling, still going. This is episode 6. Just beat Sting Chameleon, so fuck him. Suck my dick, you stupid fucking spiky motherfucker. Hey, fucking face looking like a goddamn hand with eyes drawn on it. Jesus Christ. Fuck you, you fucking stupid lizard bitch. I'm gonna do Launch Octopus again. Like, I'm going to the hard, well, Chill Penguin's not hard, but these are the hard bosses now. So I really gotta fucking get my game on, go play, and the fucking Sigma stages, holy shit, they're gonna be a goddamn nightmare. I'll tell you what, that fucking spider boss always tricks me up. And he's real easy too, but like doing the math in my head, like you really just gotta, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's a fucking spider boss in the first stage of the Sigma stages, and he sucks. He goes down this little, it's one of those puzzles where you have to like guess where he's gonna end up based on like, if he hits a path he always turns. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I hate him. Cause you gotta think so fast. And, you can, like I said, you can memorize each one, but I've just never, like, what? I got shit to do. Like, I'm not gonna fucking memorize the goddamn spider path. I say that now, but, like, there's a fucking reality where I'm going to. This guy's fucking dead. If you just stand right here, you're safe. Until he starts doing this. Yeah, there we go. So I'll show you that guy. I'll show you fucking Rangda Bangda. Oh god, that's gonna be a nightmare. And then, the fucking skull tank. That's gonna suck too. It's just gonna be a nightmare. And then I don't even know I'm gonna beat Final Sigma. Are you fucking kidding me? Final Sigma? Jesus Christ. I can't even- no! This is not gonna happen to me again. That's why they put that there. They fucking designed it that way. They're geniuses! So this one, it comes right- yeah, that's a problem. Alright. I honestly, like... So there's a I think I talked about this before, but there's a situation in life where, like... You've got heroes, or celebrities, or people you look up to, or people you watch every day, you're just like... I'm just like... Sorry, I have to own my statements. There are celebrities in my life where I meet them and I'm like, whatever. You know, I've gotten to the point where, like, I've been to so many meet and greets, I've done so many meet and greets, and I've met so many people that, like, are, like, shaking when they meet me and stuff, that I'm just like, man, like... And I've been in this situation so many times where I've met somebody that I liked, that I waited in line at a con when I was a lot younger, and wanted to meet them. And I've been in so many circumstances now where I've been in, like, green rooms, or I've just, like, straight up just met people that I liked, where it's just like, you know what? If I meet him, fine. If I don't, whatever. I'm not gonna freak out. I'm just gonna ask him how his day was. He's not gonna remember me. I know this is the you know, like... There was a situation when I was younger where it's like I wanted to make a good impression. I wanted him to remember me. I wanted to, you know... Obviously, deep down, it's like I wanted to be friends with this guy. Like, some voice actor I liked or whatever. I wanted to be friends with him. Or I wanted him to like me or whatever. So I would try to impress them, or, you know, and obviously that backfires and they just forget about it or whatever. And so I've sort of grown out of that, and, like, if I meet people, I'm just like, whatever, I'm just gonna say hi, and, you know, if it happens, happens. If it doesn't, I don't give a shit. And in most cases, nothing happens. In some cases, I've made a friend, but in most cases, nothing happens. What the fuck was where was I going with this? Shit. He's stealing my health, you fucking vampire fuck. You fucking goddamn bloodsucker. When I beat Launch Octopus, I will finish what I was saying. I cannot concentrate on that and playing this. I don't know why I picked such a fucking difficult challenge to do when I'm alone and I have to carry the show. This was a horrible idea at best, and a fucking nightmare of an idea at worst. I had a dream the other night that I was hanging out with Obama. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't even care about politics. I literally don't know shit about Obama or what he's done. But I just for some reason I was in some cool fucking rich, wealthy hotel room because he was doing it because he's the fucking president, and he was just chilling, and I was like, yo, what's up, Obama? And he was like, yo, what up with you? And I was like, man, doesn't it suck that you're gonna have to leave the White House? And he was like, oh man, I fucking love that place, dude. This is gonna suck, you know? And it was like, it was so cool, and I was like, ah man, dude, Obama's chill as fuck. But dream Obama, not real. I don't know about real Obama. I'm sure he's stressed out as hell. 8 years as president, fuck, dude. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. I've only been doing GameGrumps for like 4 years, and I'm stressed as fuck. And that's not saying I don't enjoy it. I'm just saying, like, you know, being Mr. fucking boss man of like a team of like 10 people can get a little stressful. But anyway, but I love it. I'm not gonna fucking. I mean, if I didn't love it, I wouldn't do it. It's the thing. But anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, I had a dream about Obama. Yeah, I also Bill Clinton was there for some reason. They were chilling together. I don't know why I was there. You know, it's like you have a dream and there's just no context. I'm fucked. There's just no context, right? Like it's just shit's happening. And also like in dreams shit morphs, right? I had a dream I had this house and it was in like Rio de Janeiro or something. I was like, what? But it turned into like a weird like apartment complex where like young punks would hang out and like party, and I was like, well, this is my house. It was just weird. It was really weird. I don't even know, but it's a fun dream. You ever have a dream where like you find like a hole in the wall and it just has all the shit you've ever wanted in it? That's always cool. I have a dream every so often. I think it's just because like whenever I got something as a kid, because I never really got much, it was always like, oh my god, and I always wanted so much because I love toys, you know, and I love collecting video games, and there was always like, you know, the rare ones, and like, and I was always in on those communities, so like I knew what the rare ones were, and like when I was much younger, I was like, I knew all the fucking like, oh man, this game's worth, you know, $100 billion, and oh shit, I beat him, nice. You know, it was all about like, you know, the Flintstones flying over Flint Rock, wherever the fuck it was called. I don't even know what it's called anymore. And like Bubble Bobble 2 and shit, and Little Samson. Like, that's worth $300 out of box and $1,500 in box. And I know that because I can't afford it. Oh, sweet, dude. But nowadays, it's like, I don't know. I just don't have time to research that stuff anymore. That was what I did for fun. I would research that shit, you know? Oh shit, got 2 bosses left. I got the Kwangs and I got Chilpangs. Yeah, there you go. Kwangs and Chilpangs, motherfucker. Ah! Alright, okay, so here's the deal, right? I'm gonna get some, one-ups here, so sorry if that's boring. But I'm gonna keep talking. You know, honestly, here's the thing, right? Talking on your own is fun, and I like to mumble, but like, you know, it takes effort to like come up with a topic, right? I would love to, and there's no way, but, oh, you know what? I'll fucking put out a tweet. I'll put out a tweet and be like, ask me some questions, and I'll answer questions on the next episode. That'll be fun. So yeah, on the next episode, I'll answer some questions from Twitter or something, and then I'll, cause I love doing that. You know, I used to do solo panels a lot, because I was just Ego Raptor, and I just made cartoons, and people would invite me to cons, and then I'd have people show up. And I was really proud of those, honestly, because I sort of got a reputation of my panels being like some of the best panels at the cons, because I would do a Q&A, but I have such a comedy improv background that I would try to like tell stories and tell jokes and stuff. So it was more sort of like seeing like a Henry Rollins show or something, or like a stand-up show, where I was always in it to entertain. You know, whenever I went to a panel and somebody was just answering questions, I was always bored out of my fucking mind, even if I was interested in what they were saying, because it's just like, the format is so boring. But like, whenever I did a solo panel, I would stand up, you know, I would hold the mic, I would walk around the stage, and I would just riff on people and crack and try to make everyone laugh, you know, because at the end of the day, you're waiting in line for a thing that's an hour. Like, it should be a show, at least. at the very least, it should be entertaining. That's how I always felt. So, I always love doing that stuff, and I haven't really done it in a while, just because of the nature of GameGrumps. You know, we're a group. You know, even if it's just me and Dan, it's still me and Dan. And there are some circumstances. In most cases, I'm sort of a. I'm a lot more. Honestly, it's weird. I'm an introverted guy. Dan is actually, I would say, more introverted than I am, but he came up in an environment where he was taught how to talk to people. You know, his family is very gregarious, and he had a lot of like local friends, and you know, coming up in comedy, he met a lot of people and had to collaborate with a lot of people, and he was in bands, so he had to do that as well. Whereas I was always a loner. You know, I had my very small group of friends, and my parents were not very gregarious. So I never really learned the abilities to have conversations, talk to people and stuff. You know, I was always a nice guy, but I had, you know, also inherent insecurities about like my self-worth and stuff. So, sort of feeling like I deserved to talk to people, on top of the fact that I didn't even know how to talk to people, was sort of a recipe for not talking to people. So, what I'm getting at is there's sort of this weird thing where like I feel like I'm actually less introverted than Dan, but Dan came up with the skills of talking to people, so he just does it more by sheer skill, right? Like if I say, for example, whatever, I feel like it makes enough sense as it is. What the fuck was I getting at? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So the point is, when Dan and I do things together, like panels or whatever, he sort of naturally takes over, which is fun. Which I don't mind, honestly, because I don't you know, fuck it. Like like he's funny, he's entertaining. Like as long as he's entertaining the crowd, and I'm there too. But if it's just me, then you know I gotta bring my A game, right? Like I gotta really. And I know how to entertain a crowd, and I know how to talk and tell stories. So then I'm just like, all right, here we go, fucking crank it up to 11. And I like that, honestly. There's something very satisfying of, and even in this circumstance where I'm doing the show alone, there's something very satisfying about the pressure of having to perform about this is me. And I've always wondered, I've never been told this by other people, but I've always felt this way, where if I'm in a group conversation where there are 3 or more people, I actually don't talk much. And that's not to say that talking is important in a, well, whatever. I don't talk much, right? I don't engage much. Okay, that's the better thing to say. I don't engage much. I just kind of sit back and I'm just like, yeah, I won't say much. But in a one-on-one, there's that pressure to communicate, and I actually enjoy that, because then it's like, okay, well, I have to engage now, because it's not natural for me to engage. I have to make the choice. Like my resting state isn't engaging in a conversation like that. Whereas with some people, like for example, I would say Dan, it is. So I love being on one-on-one conversations, because then I'm like, I'm fully engaged. I'm like, I have to turn it on, and I'm like, all right, boom. And that's not to say that it's fake or anything. It's just that, like, it's not my natural state. I do have to put effort into it, but I enjoy putting effort into it, right? Whereas in a group situation, I don't have to put effort into it. Everyone else is doing the work, and that's fine. Because I got fucking ADD, and my brain goes a mile a minute, you know, thinking about other shit. So, yeah, that's basically it. So I really enjoy having one-on-one conversations with people, because then I'm like, oh man, and I'm like thinking about the shit that they say, and that's not to say also in a conversation with other people, I'm always listening. Just like, for example, I won't like ask questions as much, or even at all, in a group conversation, right? Whereas in a one-on-one conversation, like I'm engaged and I want this conversation to continue, so I will ask questions, and I'm genuinely interested. But like, you know, in a group conversation, the other person's usually doing the work for me, so I don't have to. But I'm still listening. Yeah, and that makes sense. I hope that doesn't seem rude or anything, but that's just it's just the energy that I'm willing to put out. And if it's a situation where like obviously I have to make a good impression, I'm really fucking not paying attention to this fight, and I'm gonna lose. If it's a situation where I have to like make a good impression, and I have to stand out, like for example, if we're taking a meeting or something, like I take so many meetings. That's one thing that I had to, this is tangential, but that's one thing I had to, jeez, this is a 15-minute episode. That's one thing I had to sort of come to terms with, being like the owner of GameGrumps and being this sort of entity now, is, I take so many meetings, like creative or otherwise, that don't amount to anything, you know? And it's like, I take them because they might amount to something, but like, I would go through days where I would just be exhausted because I was working all day and I felt like I wasn't doing anything, but I realized it was because I was taking fucking meetings, that didn't mean anything, that could mean something, but didn't mean anything. And it was less frustrating once I realized that simple fact, but it was like very frustrating because I came from a world where work was sitting down and doing the fucking thing, you know? It was a trade. It was it was quantifiable. It was like, how much animation did I do today? How much voice, how many jokes did I tell today? You know? Whereas a meeting is like, how many fucking people did I sniff asses with today? But once I realized that, I felt a lot better about it. It's a very strange world to live in, the entertainment world, or any world where you're representing a business, or like you have to make connections or whatever. It's very strange, and I like it to an extent, but I just enjoy the creative aspect of it, which is sort of why I took a backseat to that process of it. But you know, there are things about it I enjoy. I like. I realize I sort of like providing things for other people. You know, in most cases, I think that creative people aren't brought up believing that like anything is possible, or like that people want to help them out, which I think is really sort of sad, because the world is run on creativity, right? Fuck. Well, I just beat Boomer Coanger, the 18-minute episode. I'll talk about this more on the next episode of Game Grump. Just me, just the errands. Rip me out, rip my heart out, and suck my dick, and call me Sally. My name's Aaron. Enjoy. Have a good night. I love you. I really do.